You guys want to know if you could grow indoors, and if you could, how would you do it? Well, that's what I'm going to show you right now. Before we start, some of the things you're going to need. I recommend trays, cups, possibly some hemp fiber grow mats from MICROGREENS. You're going to need some soil, some seeds, a spray bottle is really nice to have, a rack of your choice, and then a soldering iron or even possibly a drill. And that's just so we can make some drainage holes in our cups. In fact, let's go do that right now. I don't have to tell you that's hot, right? Please be careful, don't burn yourself. All right, so the first one, I'm gonna show you how to use a soldering iron and a cup. There are a couple designs I like and that I use, and I'll show you as I go. I'll make a couple of them. Another option too, if you don't have a soldering iron, is a drill. And the bit I use is a 5/30 seconds, and it seems to be about right. Some of the pros are, there's no smoking plastic, and you can use it indoors, but you're just gonna have to clean it up. Some of the cons too, as well as cleaning it up, is you may tear your cups. These aren't really strong, big cups. If you get the red plastic solos, rock on. And you can do more than one at a time. Unlike the soldering iron, you gotta do them at one at a time. So another good option if you have it. This is a fail. There's strength in numbers. So this way works better if you have a thicker cup, but it still does. What ends up happening is the bit actually heats up and kind of acts as a soldering iron, helps push through the cup. It looks like I got through 4 very comfortably. 5th one, not so much. But you can see even right here how much more of a mess there is. But again, it's a better option if you have younger kids or you can't get outside, because smoking plastic is not something that you want to inhale. But 2 options. All right, just finished putting drainage holes in the cup. So now it's time to fill them. Fill them now. What you're looking for is a potting mix or something that's really small, really fine, so it's not gonna push the seeds and they won't have to work that hard. If you get something that has a little bit of fertilizer, that's cool. You don't want too many. The seed really has all it needs. And I'm bottom watering anyways, so we'll add fertilizer as we go. Let's go. Farm dog. By the way, fill them outside. Don't fill your cups with dirt inside on carpet. All right, so we just finished filling them with soil, and now we're gonna water. You're gonna see why I like to water from the bottom. It'll take a while, but it'll get done. If you guys aren't gonna water from the bottom, I recommend getting your potting soil damp before you fill the cups, because if not, it's a real pain in the butt. All right, so as a bonus, if you guys want to do microgreens, super easy. I use these hemp little 5x5s in 10-20 trays. Hemp's renewable. I know it can be kind of a pain to work with sometimes, but get used to it. You got it. What I'm going to use is radish seeds. 10x20 trays. It's going to take about 8 little pads. Also, if you want to get into selling them, restaurants don't allow dirt in the kitchen. Go figure. So what you'll do is you'll take your pad out, all the plants are on there, and you'll give them the pad. Normally like clamshell or whatever. But also, depending on your state legislation, if you don't cut them, they're still plants. If you cut them, you now have to abide by a lot of food laws. So, something to think about. So just like with the soil outside, we gotta get them a little damp first. So just some normal water. If the water's really bad in your area, I would go with drinking water. So you can probably tell the difference already. It's soaked. There's a little bit of water underneath because that helps with keeping the seeds moist as they start to germinate. Now, when you start to get really into this, you're gonna weigh this guy out. You're gonna know how much you have. But when you're first starting out, test them out. If you really want to get into it, write down all the different weights, which one works the best. But this is radish. This is radish. And in my experience, radish doesn't mind being pretty close to his buddies. For microgreens, anyways. All right. Get the edges and call it a day. It's pretty close. It's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be. So here's our microgreens. There's a little second tray. Again, you just want to push them down. Make sure those seeds have really good contact. So we got our soil damp. We're gonna go around each one of these. Gonna use a little marker. I'm gonna make a little divot, and then I'm gonna put 2 to 3 lettuce seeds in each one. I'll cover it up, and then I'll spray bottle. So we have seeds in each one. We pinched and pressed down the soil just a little bit. Make sure we have good soil to seed contact. Went through with a water bottle, sprayed, and we're about to put the top on. So as you guys can probably tell, it's really easy. It really is. Just get yourself set up and it's good to go. The last thing that I would recommend for you though, is make sure that your rack is set up in a really sunny location. This gets morning sun about 5:30 to even 11 a.m. So it gets plenty, especially for lettuce. Doesn't need a lot. Make sure you guys have a fan to keep the air moving, because one of your biggest things in growing indoors is going to be mold. It's going to be stagnant air that's really, the air is really damp. Keep it moving. Check on your plants. It's one of the best things you can do. Also, if you have some blinds, that way if it's getting really hot or if they need more, you can adjust it. So other than that, that's it. I plan on doing a plant spacing thing next. So if you guys like it, leave a comment, subscribe. More good content. Thanks for the suggestion. I really had fun doing this. Anyways, get growing. Thanks for hanging around.